what I think of the political movement is that it relies on a system. Liberalism is on the basis of that stuff should be liberalized. This doesn't necessarily mean that the thing you liberalize is good, however, but it lies in the word to liberalize something. So that's how the system works. And the way that conservatism works is that you want to preserve something, you essentially are reactionary to whatever the liberalist movement is pro in a sense. Um, I used to kind of be anti-liberal, and I am more on the line of a social conservative or center left, I guess maybe be more the word on a political landscape. Mainly because um, the idea of liberalism is that, or at least it kind of the culture in a sense gives more an idea that you should be discriminated or disliked just because you are this in a sense. And the way the conservatives is more on the cultural level, it more shuts you down. Um, and I think that's way worse. But even people who are liberals aren't necessarily far left liberals. Um, and I guess in the state of the climate in nowadays, it kind of feels like we either are the traditional um, the far left liberal, or you are the far right right winger, conservative. Um, I think that just because you support liberalism as the outside of it, at least, uh, and you have reactionary views, I don't think that makes you necessarily not liberal in a sense, but you aren't like in it in a sense. You are more like on the outside of the liberals, but you do at least support uh, the overall idea that you should have a place that you belong in a sense. And I guess that's what liberalism feels more like than what conservatism does, because it's about preserving values that you want to preserve, and liberals feels more like uh, it wants more to open up in a sense, and I guess that's a better cultural value than conservatism. But just because you are liberal, that doesn't mean you have to agree with it. You can have like this crazy thing happening, but you don't have to go along with it. Like if I were to take an extreme example, let's say that some crazy nut job said that human sacrifices should be legal because it would uh, make the population lower in a sense, and it would help the climate only with consent. Like if someone said something like that, then I wouldn't. I would definitely strike down hard on that as a reactionary thing towards whoever wants that done because it's crazy. But you still support if you are like on the liberal side. You still support the idea that you shouldn't feel on the outside, um, judging by what conservatives want to restrict or what they want to be about in a sense. So I think you can still uh, be anti what they support and still be a liberal. That's at least what I think about it. Um, so I think at least on a mindset level, I at least am a social conservative in the way that for example, I am not into the role playing games that that the liberals are into. I am pro being something if you are gay or trans, but I don't really care about the whole role playing stuff that they do. But I still support a place where you can share your crazy ideas at least, even if liberating it may not be the best thing to do. So, um, yeah, that's at least how I see it. So you can share what you think about it and whatever. If you agree to what I said or not. But I have one last thing to say. The way that liberalism and conservatism works is the system is made so that nobody is happy. I mean, nobody is happy. Um, I don't mean that you aren't happy, but there is two sides to this. You have the ideological side to politics, and that's where um, your bias shows in a sense. You can either be more attracted to the right or to the left, and what you what your beliefs are determines your political values. But here's the thing, though: you just because you support the left or the right, it can also mean that you don't support everything in it, and that's where your ideological input comes in. But the way that the system is set up is liberals. It's supposed to liberate something. But just because you're in the group, that doesn't mean you always like what they want to liberate. But that's the whole point with liberals. It's supposed to liberate something. That's how the system works. The same with conservatism. It's supposed to be reactionary views to what the opposite side want to liberate. So that's where you have to see what values you want to be on, or what side you seem to align more with. Um, Either you support to a system where it's about being reactionary to stuff that happens, and that's even if you think conservatives takes it too far, you are on that side whether you like it or not. Like they could be reactionary towards stuff that you may not agree with, but that's the point. You either have to pick a left side or a right side. Uh, in either case, you are never going to be happy. But that's that's the standpoint you have to take. In a sense, you have to pick either of them and see what you ideologically or systematically seem to incline towards. And that's my view on politics. And so, so I think I'm probably center left if I were to describe myself, probably. But I hope this video could be helpful, and feel free to share your views on it. Thank you, and bye.